Hello everyone, welcome to the A-Level Empowerment session organized by Insight Center for Education Development under the Insight Institute of Management and Technology. We have been facing a pandemic, and this has been a large issue all over the globe, and we as Sri Lankans, the two sets of students who are going to face their examination in the same year are facing large trouble to face their advanced level examinations in few months and ordinary level examinations end of the year. So let's begin with the A-level examination study guideline. And why are we having A-level examinations, or what is the purpose of A-level examinations? My dear students, you are submitting your 13 years of knowledge and your studies in very few days with 3 papers, or let's say 4 or 5 papers. And this is the best way to prove yourself. And you're going to start your professional career, you're going to start your job, you're going to start your higher studies. So A-level examination is the starting point of your professional career. And finally, your parents who have been having big dreams and hope for your achievements, for your success, and they have been the backbone of your success right throughout the last 13 years of your school life. So how are you going to fulfill their dreams and desires in your examinations? So with these very serious points in mind, we should know that advanced level examination is very challenging and not easy. It is not interesting at all. There's no entertainment in an examination, especially the advanced level examination. And as students with the age of 19, you are being given a very high mental pressure. So, do we have any way to escape from this examination? If you ask that, the answer is no. So, as students, you should face this. Let's face how you can do your examination. My dear students, where are we now? Just imagine. We are in the month of April, end of April or beginning of May. We have very few months left for your examination. You need to focus on 3 important subjects equally. There is no one subject important, the other subject less important. No. You have to focus on all 3 subjects equally, and complete subject knowledge is required for all 3 subjects, and you need to understand and memorize and absorb hundreds of theories in all 3 subjects, and 2 years of a large syllabus tested in 1 paper. If you take any higher studies, you take a degree, you take a master's, there will be an examination after 6 months semester only. But in advanced level, it is 2 years of syllabus content and 13 years of skills, knowledge and attitude to be tested in 1 paper. More than everything, we are in the middle of a pandemic. Dear students, we have to get 3 A's with highest Z score to enter the best university in Sri Lanka. So, of course, we need to have a super study plan which will give you a strong base to use all your skill to get that achievement. Step number 1, know your syllabus 100%. If you are going to face the exam this time, this year, the first thing that you should memorize and understand and absorb is your syllabus. I've just given you certain syllabus contents from chemistry, from geography, from accounting. If you look at the whole unit, if you are a student who is going to face the exam, remember each and every unit, the sub-units of them, the contents of them should be in your memory. So, know your syllabus 100%. Number 2, Now we have no chance. We have to study. Start collecting and arranging all your study materials from your school. You might have tuition class tutorials. You might have downloaded the tutorials and question papers and study materials from online. You collect everything, arrange everything, and keep all of them ready. Number 3, the most important thing, you should get the complete set of past papers, at least for the last 7 years, preferably last 10 years. So the past paper books with suggested examiner's answers must be available, and it has to be the most strongest tool or weapon for your success in your examination. And the most important thing again, we need to have a convenient study space. Unfortunately, we are, as students, we have a lot of things. Like, we are so concerned about our computer, our laptop, our mobile phone, our dresses. But are we concerned about the place where we study? So most of the houses, there in the dining room, they have the study materials and they're going to study there, which is not going to work. So if you are the A-level student, you should have a separate space for you, a place for you to study, where you should not have an untidy atmosphere which will not give you any psychological positive vibe in terms of the studies. So from an untidy space, you need to convert it to a very clean, a very spacious area to study. But do you have your own notes? You can read hundreds and thousands of things, but if you do not have your own notes, at least a short note, using some mind mapping, using some short ways to get that point to your mind, it will not be very, very effective. So please take a very quick time and write. You take one lesson, one chapter, whatever which are more important in this chapter, with the links, you can draw your own short notes. Short notes is not something that you have big set of notes, you write the same thing in small letters, is not short notes. Short notes is something that is to be given an idea to you in a nutshell. So this is few of the samples that is attractive as well as very effective in a psychological point of view. Dear students, point number 6. You know this, past papers are the key to success. So let's quickly look at how to do the past papers at home when you do the revision, plus when you face the exam, how are you going to do the real examination. So if you take the past papers, I have taken accounting as a sample exam paper for you, where you will have 2 parts. The first part comprising of 50 questions with 2 hours, and the second part comprising of the essay questions and calculations with 3 hours. So in part 1, when you see the paper, always remember, once you start doing a paper, you need to make sure that to have an idea, I have all the questions compulsory questions, so I have no way to leave 1 or 2 questions. All the questions are to be done. Keeping that in mind, go to question number 1 as a starting point. Go through the question. See whether it's very straightforward or not. If it is very straightforward and if you are very sure about the answer, mark the answer. Go to the second question. Go through that. Let's say it's little hard or little big. Your example is question number 2. It takes little time. Okay, go through that. Try to understand the question. And when you read the answers, you have slight doubt on this. You try to read it second time, still you have the doubt. No problem, just put a question mark and go to the third question. See, let's say you have a theory question, go through that, you are very sure about the answer, mark that, finish it, go to question number 4. Another question, maybe not very sure about the answer, 2 answers look very similar, very much correct, you still have a doubt, you try to read it again, you don't get it, no problem, put a question mark, go to the next question. Likewise, you need to complete the whole paper in one shot. Maybe you have approached 30 questions correctly, 20 questions you have doubt. Start from the beginning again. Then you will get the idea. Again go to the next question. Again go to the next question. This is how you want to enjoy your part 1 MCQs or the structure questions. If you are very sure, mark that. If you are not sure, keep it for the second round, keep it for the third round. But I'm very sure that once you are done with your whole paper, you'll be very comfortable and happy to hand over your paper to the invigilator. Right? So part 1 matters a lot. It needs a lot of careful, competent knowledge to face that paper. Then let's go to the part 2. Part 2 normally in all the subjects, it's 3 hours, which will need lengthy answers, essay and long calculations. So I have given you one example from part 2 accounting. You can see the whole question will give you 20 marks, but which is having 2 pages full of information. Don't get worried, don't get panic. Put your head straight, see the question. Okay, for example, you go, this is a big calculation. So normally in accounting we don't go to the basic things, we go to the adjustments. So you go to the requirement first, look at the requirement, draw whatever which is required as the format, go to the adjustments, do one by one, take from the main data or the trial balance, do step by step and fill everything. Don't worry, don't panic to balance the balance sheet, just go ahead. So by this way you have a confidence, okay fine, you have attempted everything, there may be some issues, 1 or 2 areas, no worries, you go to the next question. And if it's compulsory, do start from the easiest question and go to the hard question. You don't need to go one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, nothing as such. You go to question number 1, you complete question number 1, you find question number 8 is very easy and you are very comfortable with that. Do question number 8, come to question number 2, go to question number 5. It's your decision. You find a way to save the time and get the maximum out of that time. So part 2, another 50 marks, needs a lot of patience, needs a lot of practice, needs a lot of hard work on that. Go to point number 7. With this situation, obviously you need more self-studies to be done. So when you do the self-study, you may have an approach of studying, okay, you memorize, you read hundreds and hundreds pages and it's too much, or hundreds of theories, it's too much, you don't remember everything, you try to memorize, don't do that. If you find memorizing is little hard, no problem. You imitate you as a teacher. You become a teacher for yourself. You stand up, you take the book in your hand, just teach them. Think that you have many students in front of you. Teach the way that your teacher teaches you, that your lecturer teaches you. So think like that and try to do self-teaching and walk here and there and be relaxed and try to have your own style of learning, which is very effective. Then, if there is a chance, maintaining the social distance, that you have your very close friend who is very good in studies in the same subjects, a group study with 2 people, let's say. So when you do the group study, of course it's interesting, it's knowledge sharing, and if one student if you are learning, if you are not very sure about an area, let your friend teaches you that. So he becomes a teacher, you become a student at this point, and you take another chapter which you are very comfortable with, he is not very sure about it, you become a teacher for him. So in this way it's a mutual understanding, mutual respect, mutual helping, which will give you a great a way of knowledge saving on that. So you try to save everything, you ask any question to your friend, you can ask any question to your friend, just do that work. It's very effective, dear students. Point number 8, you should learn the study areas which were not completed yet through different sources. Let's say, for example, 70% of your syllabus is completed, 30% is left. Now you have no option, but there are hundreds and thousands of options in internet. You can download the YouTube videos which are given or which are giving very good idea in a nutshell for your subject. You can go to the national channels, and I have given you here, there are two educational channels collaborated with Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation from April 20th onwards. So you can view them, you can have your study notes with you or the notebook with you with the pen, and when they teach you can put the note on that. If you have any tute, you can put the note on that also. So that is also another way to get the maximum benefit out of it. My dear students, don't ever go for the exam with doubt. Don't ever go for the exam with a doubt of, okay, fine, I'm not comfortable with 20% of the syllabus. No, don't do that. Go with 100% syllabus covered, and you can cover your own syllabus because you have your language. You have been studying in English medium for the last 8 years or 2 years or 13 years. So everything is available in internet. You can view them, you can download them, you can have your own concept and do a better job in that. Point number 9. As soon as you read the theory, as soon as you get the theory, you have the past papers with you. I told you to collect all the past papers and keep them ready. Do the past papers instantly. Don't waste the time. Don't do the past paper after 1 week. Now we don't have time. Do the past papers as soon as possible. And I've given you a sample of a weekly study plan. If you go through this, if you just view this very carefully, you will see I have put for 5 days continuous self-learning, and I have given 2 days. Anytime in future, if the country is opened, you can go for classes with the permission of the government, and I have allocated Saturday and Sunday for that. But you have 5 days from Monday to Friday. You can see every day all 3 subjects. I have taken the commerce stream subjects as an example. All 3 subjects will be done. Every day the theory and short notes will be done. Every day the past papers will be done. I have put the plan. Let's say you know your strength, you know your areas. Let's say, for example, you are doing biostream. You love doing some calculations. Let's say you keep the physics subject in the evening hours, and in the morning hours you are very comfortable to learn theory. You take the biology in the morning hours. So according to your convenience, you can change or you can decide your subjects. If you see here, you can see in Monday I'm starting economics, theory and short notes in the early morning. Then I do a business study past paper. Then I take a rest, I relax myself. Then I go to accounting past paper. Then I will take my lunch. I'll have a small nap because I'll be tired with the morning studies. I'll have a small nap. Again, I'll have my economics past paper. Then I'll have a rest again for I can do some physical activity. You can do some exercise, whatever, which will make you more energetic. Then you go to the business studies theory and short notes. Then again you can have your dinner. Before you sleep, you can do some accounting questions. So this has a very comfortable study plan for you. In between, you should pray, you should do your religious activities. Everything can be done without any compromise in your study schedule. And my dear students, the disaster is this. There are activities. You take WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or PUBG. All these things are unknowingly killing your time, because naturally education is something that is not entertaining at all. The entertainment is on the other side, which invite you, come and enjoy, just spend some time in this, just chat, do some TikTok video. That will steal your time. Completely stop all of these, my dear students, because most of the students are addicted to the social media. Completely stop all of them. You can enjoy your social media after your A-level examination. You can do whatever you want after your A-level examination, but this is not the right time for you to waste your time in these tools. And you have free times every day. Spend your free time in useful activities. You can pray, you can recite your religious scripture, you can do some exercise, you can help the elderly people, you can do whatever which will make you more comfortable and happy and which will give you peace of mind. Not chatting, not talking to someone for hours and hours will never give you the peace of mind at this time, because your mind is confused with your A-level examination. Now remember, why are we doing all this hard work? There has to be a purpose. Our purpose should be to enter the Sri Lankan government university. You should go to the best university for the best faculty. How can you go there? For sure you need to get 3 A's. Even that distinction should be at the higher end. It should not be just 75 or 76 or 77. It has to be 85, 90 plus to get you the best merit pass, to the merit entrance. So why should we go to the government universities? Number one, the government university is a blessing for the student community of Sri Lanka. I strongly believe that, because the entire degree, mostly the 4 years degree with specialization, will be given to you free of charge. And you're going to learn under the most qualified and experienced academies of the country. It's a proven fact that whoever who goes to a government university with a very good faculty, they excel better in their professional studies, because you are with the mode of education. You don't have any other thought. You have to finish the degree. So minimum 4 years you want to control all your feelings and do the studies. During that time you have an atmosphere of education. For sure you can do plenty of professional courses with your degree program. So you will be double qualified or triple qualified. You are academically qualified as well as professionally qualified. And most important thing is, you're going to have a beautiful university life. Sweet memories all over the 4 years. It is hard, but it is interesting. Finally, I will mention few points to the parents of the A-level students. Dear parents, your son or daughter, he or she is gonna face the most crucial examination in their lives. So before them getting that idea, you should have that idea. Completely stop everything for the next few months and focus on their studies, and be someone who is always behind your children and see whether they are studying or they are wasting their time, because it's a very crucial time. If you find them wasting their time or doing anything or not motivated, it's your responsibility to motivate them. Tell them always that it's your biggest dream to have a successful results. So always push them to get 3 A's. Let them focus completely. Let's say you want to get their help for something, for some housework or for some business or whatever. Stop that place. Your continuous support and Almighty God's blessings will take your children to a very high level. So your support or your dedication towards your children's education means a lot, matters a lot. Dear A-level students, we wish you from Insight Institute of Management and Technology and Insight Center for Education Development all the very best for a successful A-level, and prove yourself. And if you have any small thing in your mind that no, it's over, now the time is over, I cannot do anything, leave it and focus on the success only. If you start from today onwards, the success is not so long. it will come to you in very few months time. All the very best. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.